So I won this piece of spalted sugar hackberry at the club raffle at the end of September, and one of the rules of the club is if you win wood in the raffle, you need to bring it back turned into something for the next meeting. That next meeting is only about 3 weeks away, so I'm going to get started on this. I cut it in half. The bark was way loose, I mean wiggling around on it. You've probably seen the short of that. So I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a mushroom box, an end-grain mushroom box. I have a vision in my head like I often do. I'm not too worried about the split here. I think it'll give it natural character. I'm going to part it off about right here. I'll turn it around and put a mortise in the bottom, small mortise, so that I can hold it with my SC1. This is the shape I'm going for. Whether or not I can succeed is another story. So say this is the cap. And the cap's going to be, I'm going to leave the cap natural edge. So it'll be plenty big. So the cap will come in here like this, and I will laser the inside of it for the gills of the mushroom. Again, that's my goal, so we'll see how that goes. And then the box itself, it needs to be box size, right? So I'll probably come down to about right there. And come out to about right here. So this is the rough shape that I'm going for. I'm no artist. But that's the rough shape I'm going for. And then I'll hollow it out. What do you think? Let's give it a whirl. So check this out. First thing I want to do set my calipers to how wide I want the bottom. Okay, I think I want that about right there. That'll work. That'll work. Well, according to these, I need to take it down another 1/4 of an inch, but according to what I'm looking at here, I kind of like that. I'm going to leave that shoulder, small shoulder, for the time being, so that I can chuck this up, put my mortise at the bottom. I'm kind of liking that shape, aren't y'all? Okay, cool, thanks. Yeah, I'm not happy about that, but I can do something with that. I think this does need to come in some more. Okay. Much better. I'm happier with that shape. Now, unfortunately, because I don't want to lose any of this thickness here, I'm not going to be able to put a tenon or a mortise on it in this direction. So I'll have to do this between centers and cut my mortise in there. cut it the rest of the way with the saw. Got it. Feels like that. Okay, I've got it chucked up. I'm gonna make me a mortise real quick. That should be deep enough to go in with my box scraper. Now I've got me a nice dovetail. Smooth this up some. Because of this split here, before I put any outward pressure on that, I want to fill these. So I want to try to figure out, before I fill them, I want to figure out what color, if any, I'm going to dye this. I know what I'm going to do with the top, but I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. So when I'm ready for all of that, I'll come back. This is going to be a little bit. Okay, I've got these cracks filled, so let's see if we can smooth this out a little bit. So I'm going to start at 80. Okay, that's 600. Now I'll turn it around, put it in the other chuck, and when I'm ready, I'll come back. Drill my starter hole. Sand the inside. Okay, the inside's done. Now I think we can finish the outside here with a little bit of sanding. I am not going to take this out of the chuck at this time. I am going to dye this. I'm going to use my airbrush again, I think. So I'm going to tape this up. I'm just going to leave this in the chuck for now, and we'll start working on the top. I shouldn't have been pushing quite so hard. Let's try this again. Putting a little bit of a curve on the underside of this because I'm going to burn gills into it. Now what I need to do is go over the laser. I've drawn up an oval with gills in it, What I need to do is superimpose it on this and burn the gills. Time to start airbrushing this mushroom. Start off with a base coat of yellow. Now we'll let that dry for a little while, and then we will apply another technique to this. I cut some dots out on my laser, and I hope this works. It's experiment, so you never know. I think I'm going to put one big one right there. The goal is to keep this random. That looks pretty random, don't it? I don't want the next color to bleed under the edges. If it does, I guess I'll punt. I think I'm happy with that. And that was tangerine. I'll come back when I'm ready for the next stage. Before I move on, I thought I'd show you that. That's exactly what I was hoping for. It looks great. So I put a base coat of yellow on this, and I'm going to let this dry for a little bit. Then I'll apply the next color. Okay, now a little emerald green. Let that dry, and we'll do the next color. The last color will be a dark green. I need to turn this over and finish the bottom. After this is all dried good, then I will shoot the box with gloss lacquer and we'll be done. It's got enough coats of finish on it, but it looks uneven. So like I do lacquer, this isn't lacquer, this is a clear Rust-Oleum finish. But like I do lacquer, I'm going to use Axe abrasive paste and see if I can't break this top coat down and smooth it up some. So I'm going to get this worked in. Oh yeah, that's nice. I'll let this set and harden up for about 20 minutes, and then I'll come back and buff it up. All right, let's buff this up. Okay, I'll let this sit and harden up for a few minutes before I take it out of the chuck, and then we'll do the top. Alright, time for abrasive paste on the lid. First I'll work it up here on the sides. We'll let that sit just a few minutes and then we'll buff it up. Okay, time to buff it up. Now we'll let it sit and get hard a few minutes before I take it off, and then I'll spray the finish on the inside of the lid. I haven't done that yet. So here's my mushroom box, all done. I am really happy with how this came out. Got a little mushroom and a gnome engraved on the inside. On the bottom is my logo and what kind of wood it is when I did it. I used 2 different shades of green, but it really don't look like it. But that's alright, it still gives it a cool effect. You can still see the grain and the structure underneath in both pieces. The gills under the mushroom make it look more authentic. At least I think so. So that's another one down. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna try to finish up that bowl from a board that I started a few weeks ago. Now that I got the last piece or part I needed in to hold everything right. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've got some mesquite to work on. I've got a UFO dish that I started early this year that I had to stop and fill some voids for. I'll get on one of those. I got another spalted persimmon blank that will make a nice little dish, maybe a long grain box. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with it yet, but a lot of stuff in the works. So y'all come back.